Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you everyone for being here and those watching. Mayor's report, short as usual. Throughout our community with all the great kids that do great things at the high school and so forth, I just wanted to, I was notified that I was never a Boy Scout, but I know a lot of young men follow the scouting. And I just wanted to compliment Eric Chorley. He has achieved the rank of Eagle Scout. He has earned all those badges, which is quite an accomplishment. And I just wanted to recognize the young man. He's son of Brian Chorley, who is active in the city and different things. The other thing is, next Wednesday at 7 o'clock at the Showboat is the Meet the Candidate night for the election that's coming up. If you would like to attend that, it starts at 7 at the Showboat Theater. And that's all I have. City Administrator.
Thank you. We got our sales tax deposit in for the month, and again, happy to report that the sales tax is up 1% year to date over last year. And I do want to bring attention to the electric spreadsheet that was sent out earlier in the month by our finance clerk. So, as we anticipated, the very cold snap that we had, for the first time since the polar vortex in 2020, has our margin been a negative between our sales revenue and our purchase cost. So the 15% in the red that the city ended up eating, that our revenue did not cover the high cost to purchase power for that period. So we did not have that kind of a margin built in to the electric budget because everything is absolutely bare bones. So, problematic, which, as I had noted before, we will be needing to set up some utility rate workshops here in the very near future before our regular budget workshops. And on the agenda tonight, we have approval for the contracts that we approved the bids at the last meeting. Now, you have KJ Understall laying here separately on your desk. We didn't have their contract by the time we posted the agenda Friday, so we just got it this afternoon and posted it. So in order to approve this tonight, we will, they will need to read in its entirety the ordinance, but thankfully it's very, very short. Well done. That is for the industrial park sanitary sewer extension and those point repairs. And I'll sound like a broken record for the next few meetings. The department managers, most of them turned in their budget to me today, and that is what I will be deep in for the next couple months. Okay. And I did want to note that we talked about at the last meeting, one of the things going on in the legislature was by Senator Ben Brown. He was working on the cable television and broadband facility relocation reimbursement, right? So where the city and the state would absorb the cost for those parties to move their equipment if we had a public works project. So I did, based on some MML talking points, I did send a letter to him expressing concerns. And the last update I got, I was hoping to get another one this afternoon, but the last update on that is from March 6th. And it says that, let's see, they had a hearing, they were making some amendments to it. When it goes to the Senate, they are suggesting that the reimbursement be limited to the labor costs only. So it may morph a little bit as it goes into the Senate, and hopefully it'll land in a good place. That's all I have.
like dies altogether.
Ideally.
These are facilities that are within our right of way.
Yes.
Can we just bill them triple?
I like that idea.
Labor.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, just for the right to be there. You know,
Do they
there'll
all
be
pay,
ideas.
do all the utilities or the companies who have?
Our franchisees
They all pay?
need to come, right? I think so.
I don't know if, like Show Me, you know, they don't have any customers in Herman. It's just a fiber that runs through the city limits. I don't know that they.
Still
have
on our
franchise.
property.
Yeah, I don't,
Doesn't make any difference whether they have, I wouldn't think.
that was, I want to say that was like 2010 or 11. So, I mean, if we wanted to dig through and see, but, I mean, yeah, most of them are just bored in, and they've got vaults here and there, and pedestals, and Fifth Street, I promise there'll be some there, so.
Okay, we finished?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Public Works?
The street department guys have been doing some tree trimming and clearing some brush by Lions Field. They've also been patching potholes, working on, they got the sweeper back, sweeping the streets, getting the centers cleaned up from this year. Gas has been working on some quotes for a couple projects that we might have new customers, so that's a good thing. They've been working on some sewer investigations, typical. Water services as time allows. The electric department finalized the terminations for everything at Dam Horse now, so that project is ready to go as soon as they get their pipe in the ground. They've been also working on the street lights. We got the last shipment of street lights about a week ago, so they've been trying to replace the acorn lights again. I know they were out today doing that. And then the radial wave lights as well, and 2 new service connections. The Parks Department has been just gearing up for spring, trying to get things tidied up and working on the budget. We looked at a couple projects in the park. There's the stone arches and the retaining walls at the ball field, so I know Ben's been working on that quite a bit.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
So when are they gonna start on the lights at the ballpark? Did you say?
No.
They did.
So we've got they're looking at now towards the end of the month, I think, with the weather. We're trying to get a pre-construction meeting scheduled so we can get more firm dates on that. But we know that they're not gonna be done for at least the beginning of the ball field season. But we did make sure that they can leave the old lights on the entire time, and that'll be kind of the last portion of the project is the removal of those. So, yep.
And that'll be in the deadline for the.
I sure hope.
Yeah, right.
If it's not, you're gonna hear me screaming.
Just checking.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Public comments. Brian, Jeff.
All right, I got some handouts for you guys. I don't use the podium.
Thank you, Brian.
All righty. I think I have enough. Let's see, 7 maybe? I have this in digital copy too. If anyone after this wants the file, just let me know. Can email it to them. Good?
If I could email him, that's what you said?
Yes, if anyone wants the digital
Yes,
file of
I
that,
can do that.
I can email it if anyone's interested, so. Good for me to.
To proceed?
Yes.
Yes, sir, go
Okay.
right ahead.
So, anyway, so this past November 2025, the MRPC's comprehensive plan for the city of Hermann was finalized. Among other action items included on page 82 of the implementation plan, got this thing right here, are number 1, update zoning to allow diverse housing and mixed-use opportunities, and number 2, create a downtown master plan and riverfront district as part of the land use on here on the city plan. I'm here tonight to present a proposed ordinance for board approval that accomplishes both of these objectives. What I've created for your consideration this evening is a new code section, section 420.055, short-term vacation rentals dash historic overlay districts. Essentially, this new code section allows for short-term vacation rentals on R1, R2, and R3 zone properties in the historic district, subject to the same constraints as other short-term vacation rental properties outside of the historic district. Conditional use permits, off-street parking, tax, compliance, and safety rules and regulations, all these things are consistent with the existing code section 420.050. Lodging establishment permit and regulations. Just a side note too, section 3 of this ordinance, the very last thing on there, supersedes ordinance 2024-08. That was the moratorium from back then on the short-term rental permits. So it supersedes that ordinance specifically for the historic district only. So that's the very end of that ordinance. So why should the Board of Aldermen enact this new code section? Well, it comes down to whether the city wants to be reactive or proactive. So option 1, if you're reactive, we're going to wait for individual property owners and at best street-by-street zoning changes. We're going to deal with all of these zoning requests in a painfully slow manner. There's the potential for maybe facing lawsuits from potential property owners. You never know. And then ultimately, in my opinion, the city's going to end up in the same spot eventually, just over a longer period of time. Option 2, the proactive approach would be to implement a universally applicable solution for the historic district that is in line with the MRPC's comprehensive plan for the city of Hermann. So simply put, code section 420.055 is the cleanest, easiest, and least controversial solution that I've been able to come up with at least, to ensure the preservation and restoration of Hermann's historic district, while also increasing economic activity without adversely affecting primary residence housing in the greater city of Hermann area. To be clear, this is not a proposal that would grant commercial zoning rights or commercial usability or functionality in any way, shape, or form to residential properties. This also does not legislate a new category or classification of zoning. Almost done, promise. 2 more sentences. This does not in any way impact any residential property owners in the historic district who do not currently nor ever intend to use their home for short-term vacation rental purposes. So I thank you for your consideration, and if anyone has any questions, let me know. Any questions, or do I sit down?
It's up to Mr. Mayor.
Do it.
He asked if he should take questions.
Yeah, anybody have any questions?
Anyone?
No, you say, I do actually have a question.
Sure.
It's interesting. But the historic overlay, I know the historic district does extend fairly, across Market Street to the west part of town. Are we talking about that as well, or are we talking about just on Market Street as a divider?
So if it were up to me, I would say probably Market 5th, Gutenberg 1st, as a box there.
Mm-hmm.
That would make the most sense. However, just that area, that specific area is not defined in any way.
Right.
So just to make this make any sense, the city code actually defines what the historic overlay is, the historic district overlay is, so I use that for now. This exact language could be used with a slight modification to restrict the area.
Okay.
Or expand the area in any way, shape, or form. So the only reason I did it the way I did it is because
It made it clean.
it was clean and easy, so I'm not having to explain it. But yeah, I do agree that it probably, as of now, if we did enact something like this, it would extend too far west. That would be, so I would agree with you, yes.
And why would you not extend the entire historical district? Why would you?
That would be a great answer to that right now.
Part of the historic overlay is really only extends right there at that First Street, Second Street, right there that goes across Market. That's the only part of the overlay. Everything
Yeah,
else is
it
the
travels-
west side, yeah.
It travels down 6th Street.
Fifth Street Alley.
6th Street Alley,
Fifth
yeah.
Street
Yeah.
Alley.
Yeah, it's kind of oddly shaped. I pulled from the MRPC's plan. It's really hard to see from back there. Even looking at it up here, it's hard to see. I know where this is just because I'm familiar with it, but yeah, it goes pretty far west across Market. And the reason I would have said stop at Market and not go farther west is because to me that's the dividing line where you know between commercial and residential. You're in pretty heavily. I mean, it's all residential west of there for the most part. I guess further south down here along 6th Street and 5th Street, west of Market, there's businesses obviously, but I'm more thinking 1st, 2nd, 3rd, west of Market is, you know, I'm not sure that's as appropriate to extend.
And that's the
that
point, and I think that, yeah, that was what I was thinking as well.
Yeah. So the boundaries are definitely a question, and that may be a planning and zoning question. I'm not sure exactly how nuanced they want to get with this, or how they want to define, would want to define this area. But those are good questions.
Any other questions?
Wouldn't this have to be
This one over the
presented to the
planning and zoning.
planning and zoning for their
Yeah.
input?
Yeah. Planning and zoning should look at it first, I would think. Make a recommendation if that's what they want.
So is there any numbers correlated how many single resident we would lose, or R2s and R3s if we did this that's currently in the historic district?
Offhand, I don't have that information, but I could get that for you. Might have to work with Tricia or maybe Kelsey or someone to go through and go property by property, but I could do that. Just anecdotally, I would say I'm not sure of how many, but I think I can maybe count on one hand how many are used as primary residences in the historic district that I'm aware of. So most of the properties that are R2 or R3 already are guest houses, grandfathered in with conditional use permits. So that's what I would say. Except for a few properties in town that are kind of eyesores at the moment. So that's really more what this is meant to do, is address properties that otherwise might sit vacant and potentially condemned, or I think this is more an attempt to keep the historic district, I don't want to say investable, that's not the right word that I want to use, but to keep people interested in restoring and preserving those properties. So that's really what I'm hoping to do here.
I think the only problem with it is there are several people that live in that historic district that they don't want a guest house next to them. You know, they don't want commercial next to them. Well, you're not going to do commercial, but
Right.
So I think it's everybody has an opinion. So
Sure.
okay, any other questions? We appreciate your time and effort and presenting that to us,
My pleasure.
and we'll look into it.
All right.
Do we need to make a motion or anything for this to be discussed at planning and zoning?
You can if you want, make a motion. It just,
I mean, there may be some other suggestions.
They can just,
as well.
they can immediately just go on the agenda, can it? It doesn't need to be in the motion, right?
yeah, I would say that,
I think a motion's a good idea,
To send it to planning and zoning?
because the planning and zoning code talks about how matters get before planning and zoning, and it talks about how an individual can file an application, P&Z can take something up on their own, or P&Z can take something up that has been referred to them or requested by them by the Board of Aldermen. So I think if there's a motion that gives us
A
something to
motion
put in
for-
our file to say, here, we've got this motion for you to look at.
For you
this.
to look at this.
And if there's something more that we want them to look at, we could amend the motion later or do another one.
That's where I was headed.
Okay.
Right.
okay.
All right.
Then I will make that motion.
I'll
Got
second.
Yeah, motion.
What Kelsey, what he said.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Very good.
Thank you.
Moving forward. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, you had something?
I was just gonna say, I like the idea of a hybrid zoning. It's not a bad idea.
Okey-dokey. All right, we will move on. Let's move on to ordinances.
Ordinances. First, bill number 2026-07, an ordinance to authorize the execution of a cooperative agreement by and between the city of Hermann, Missouri, Glenda Shockley, Collector of Revenue, Gasconade County, Missouri, and the County Commission of Gasconade County, Missouri, for the collection of city taxes.
So the county's been collecting our taxes, as it says here in ordinance, since 2015, and because Sean is resigning before her term is up, and Glenda Shockley is going to be the interim collector, they need this agreement with Glenda Shockley sooner than later.
We don't know how much we had to pay them last year, do we?
Yes,
Roughly?
I have it in my big box here. I think there's this.
I was just curious.
I believe, so there was $3,633 to the collector. There was $2,724 to general revenue for supplies and employee labor. And then that state law assessment form that we've always had to contribute to is 1.5%, and that was also $2,724.
Okay. Any other questions? Do we have a motion to approve that?
I'll move to approve bill number 2026-07.
Motion is made, do I have a second? Second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
Can we do that twice?
Sure. If Dave's up to it.
Bill number 2026-07, an ordinance to authorize the execution of a cooperative agreement by and between the city of Hermann, Missouri, Glenda Shockley, Collector of Revenue, Gasconade County, Missouri, and the County Commission of Gasconade County, Missouri, for the collection of city taxes.
This is second reading. Do I have a motion to approve second reading?
I'll make a motion to approve second reading.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
Next, for first reading, bill number 2026-08, an ordinance to accept a proposal from SCI Engineering, Inc. for archaeological monitoring services related to the installation of ball field lighting fixtures.
So I think you all have heard me talk about how Osage Nation is the one that through our grant is requiring that we have this archaeological monitoring for any days where the ground is disturbed. And so there aren't a whole lot to choose from, but I have two bids for you here. SCI is a low bid, and we've worked with them before. And with my emails with them, I think their schedule is pretty, they're going to be flexible to work with us on the start date and the weather and those sorts of things. So they would be my recommendation, and we have to have them secured before we can move forward.
Is this included in the overall grant or no?
So, there is, not initially, and Patty, our contact at the state, said she thinks we have money in other places, that she can shuffle to that line item, and if not, she can find more. And again, this is it's a 50-50 grant.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve 2026-08.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? I need to do that twice.
Bill number 2026-08 for second reading, an ordinance to accept a proposal from SCI Engineering, Inc. for archaeological monitoring services related to the installation of ball field lighting fixtures.
Second reading. Do I have a motion to approve?
Okay, a motion to approve
Motion.
second reading?
Made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
Next is bill number 2026-09, an ordinance to approve a contract by and between the city of Hermann, Missouri and T Hill Construction Company for East 4th Street sidewalk improvements.
Finally. Any questions on that one? If not, do we have a motion to approve?
I move to approve bill number 2026-09, first read.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. I'm assuming you need me to do that twice? Second reading, please.
All right. Bill number 2026-09 for second reading, an ordinance to approve a contract by and between the city of Hermann, Missouri and T Hill Construction Company for East 4th Street sidewalk improvements.
Do I have a motion to approve second reading?
I'll move to approve 2026-09, second read.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
Next is bill number 2026-10 for first reading, an ordinance to approve an agreement by and between the city of Hermann, Missouri and NB West Contracting Company for street reconstruction.
This is paving for the streets this year. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Sheriff.
Yes, please.
Bill number 2026-10 for second reading, an ordinance to approve an agreement by and between the city of Hermann, Missouri and NB West Contracting Company for street reconstruction.
Do I have a motion to approve second reading?
I move to approve.
I have a
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. We'll move on to resolution.
So, Mr. Mayor, this is where
Well, wait a minute.
the
Oh, we got this guy.
ordinance on your desk here didn't get posted to meet the timeline. So the rule is that it has to be read out loud at the meeting. This is for HJ Understall doing the sewer extension in the industrial park and then those point repairs.
Okay.
Bill number 2026-11 for first reading, an ordinance to approve a contract with KJ Understall Construction Company for the Hermann Industrial Park Sanitary Sewer Extension and Wastewater Collection System Point Repairs Project. Whereas the city intends to proceed with the extension of sanitary sewer facilities and with wastewater collection system point repairs, the project, and whereas KJ Understall Construction Company, KJU, has submitted a bid to complete the project which the city has accepted, and whereas a copy of the proposed contract with KJU to complete the project, the KJU contract, is attached hereto and incorporated herein by reference, and whereas the city has determined that execution of the KJU contract would serve a legitimate public purpose and is in the best interest of the citizens of the city of Hermann, Missouri. Now therefore be it ordained by the Board of Aldermen of the city of Hermann, Missouri as follows. Section 1. The KJU contract is approved. Mayor Bruce Cox is authorized and directed to execute the KJU contract on behalf of the city. Section 2. All ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith are hereby repealed. Section 3. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and adoption.
Do I have a motion to approve?
I make a motion we approve bill 2026-11, first read.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Would you do that again?
Sure. Bill number 2026-11 for second reading, an ordinance to approve a contract with KJ Understall Construction Company for the Hermann Industrial Park Sanitary Sewer Extension and Wastewater Collection System Point Repairs Project. Whereas the city intends to proceed with the extension of sanitary sewer facilities and with wastewater collection system point repairs, the project, and whereas KJ Understall Construction Company, KJU, has submitted a bid to complete the project, which the city has accepted, and whereas a copy of a proposed contract with KJU to complete the project, the KJU contract, is attached hereto and incorporated herein by reference, and whereas the city has determined that the execution of the KJU contract would serve a legitimate public purpose and is in the best interest of the citizens of the city of Hermann, Missouri. Now therefore be it ordained by the Board of Aldermen of the city of Hermann, Missouri as follows. Section 1, the KJU contract is approved. Mayor Bruce Cox is authorized and directed to execute the KJU contract on behalf of the city. Section 2, all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith are hereby repealed. Section 3, this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and adoption.
Do I have a motion to approve second reading?
Motion to approve second reading of 2026-11.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
And then the resolution on for this evening is resolution number 1359. A resolution demonstrating the city of Herman's commitment to public safety, including a commitment to reduce violent crime within its jurisdiction.
Mr. Mayor, I invited Chief to come forward and kind of explain what this program is about. Oh, great.
Tell them what it is. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
What this resolution is for the city of Herman to be designated a Blue Shield community, started by Governor Kehoe, to help communities with public safety. But the first thing that the city needs to do, like I said, pass the resolution that says we're committed to public safety and with the city of Herman. So with that resolution, that allows us to proceed further with the application process. Because without the resolution, you can't go any further with the process. But it just says the city of Herman is committed to public safety and reducing crime in the city of Herman. And with this money, if you're awarded each year, is up to $50,000 a year. The state will award these communities, and you're designated a Blue Shield program for a community in Herman. So the city of Gerald, Rosebud, Gaston County Sheriff's Department, Washington, these communities have already been designated a Blue Shield program, have already taken part in it. So after you have been each year, you can just renew and apply again for more funding each year to help pay for officer safety equipment such as ballistic vests, radio equipment. You can use it to purchase vehicles, training, anything. So $50,000 for our small community is quite a bit of money that we can use to help offset with budget and upgrade equipment as we need it. So that's the main thing that, like I said, with the resolution, once it's passed, then I can attach that to the application, and then me and Lieutenant Straba can move forward with the application and submit it before June and hopefully get awarded funds this year to help pay for equipment and things that we feel we need.
Very good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's very neat.
Any questions?
So it's a good program. Governor Kehoe started. It helps a lot of communities, especially small communities like Herman and Owensville and Gerald that need funding to help buy equipment for officers for their safety and everything.
Are there any requirements?
The other
to-
requirements we have to pass, like I said, the resolution is the main one. We have to invest in public safety, including law enforcement training equipment, implement programs such as recruitment and retain law enforcement officers, which we've done with the hiring process, with the hiring incentive, things like that to keep officers here. Reduce effective to crime reduction and implement innovative crime prevention programs, participate in anti-crime task force, comply with Missouri crime reporting and traffic stops, which we do, and other state laws we have to comply with as a police department, which we do already. So we're part of LNIG and the CIT Council and certain things that we do. So there's certain things you have to do, a checkbox, do on the application saying you're part of it, or you will in the future participate in certain programs like Shop with a Cop or Donuts with Cops, whatever that, community events like that. So it's pretty simple. Once you get the resolution, just go through and check and say what you need the funds for, and they look at it and approve it or not and say, add this, or we'll give this much money this year or whatever.
All right, very good.
So most of the requirements we already do.
Yes.
Anyway.
It's just the main thing is the resolution. You have to have that before you can even go any further in the process. Without that, you can't even apply.
Okay. I have a motion to approve the resolution.
I move to approve resolution 1359.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There you go, sir. Thank you. Resolution's done. We will move on to motions. I have a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting.
Oh, Kelsey, can you change the 3 motions for special events, the last ones? I think Ash voted for them and his name isn't included on them.
Down on the roll call, just like.
Oh,
Yeah,
The last 3.
Thank you.
yeah, he is not.
I think he voted for them.
right.
Thank you, Dolores.
No problem.
All right, did we have a motion with the amendment?
I move we approve them with the amendment.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Invoices for payment. Motion to pay the bills.
Move we pay the bills.
Motion's been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Caterers permit, Red Ox Distillery LLC, Spring Vendor Fair Amphitheater for May 2nd, 2026. Motion to approve that.
Motion to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Declare the 1998 John Deere Crawler Loader 753300 and the 2006 John Deere 777 mower 60-inch deck surplus property.
Motion to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Conditional use permit renewals for owner unoccupied guest house, 1225 Washington Street, Barton Chris Tiedemann, 112 West First Street, Don and Greg Lippert, and 501 East Second Street, Timothy Cahill. Motion to approve the renewals.
Motion to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Conditional use permit renewal, outdoor liquor consumption, 315 East First Street, Tin Mill Restaurant.
I move to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Vehicle for hire license renewal, Lift You Up Rides, 1513 Washington Street. Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So
I
carried.
do have a question. Is everything on the second page, I'm assuming it's been, in the last one, lift rides,
Yes.
has it been addressed?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, reports, we need to go into closed session. Someone want to read that?
Notice is hereby given that subject to a motion duly made and adopted, the Board of Aldermen may hold a closed meeting for the purpose of dealing with matters relating to legal actions, causes of action, or litigation, section 610.021, and negotiations for a contract pursuant to section 610.021, section 12, revised statutes of Missouri.
Do I have a second?
Okay.
We have to do a roll call.
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
We are now in closed session. Thank you, everyone.